If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in advanced level where you are solving previous year IIT JEE questions on complex numbers. So today we will be solving question number 6A, 6B, 7A, 7B, 7C and then 8A. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Now if you come to 6, the complex number this satisfying this and the vertices of triangle. Okay, so these three should be vertices of a triangle. Now this is given to you. So these you can see, these are the lengths of the sides. If you take Z1, Z2, Z3, so it is nothing but pointed towards Z3, Z1 minus Z3, Z1 minus Z3 pointed towards Z1, Z2 minus Z3 pointed. So these are the two sides of the triangle. So you have two sides of the triangle, their ratio given. So let me find the magnitude of this one. What is the, if you find the, whether it is equal or 2 times or 3 times. And you can also find, because this is the, these two vector, you can say one vector. So if you find the angle, means this complex number you know, means you know magnitude and angle. So magnitude will give you the ratio, angle will give you the difference between the vectors angle. So difference between the between these two vectors is this angle. That is the angle between these two. We have seen this one. So this type of this one, argument of this one is equal to pi, which I told you in that explanation. Okay, so this one is this one, so you can make it in cis theta format, or you can find r or theta also. No need to go for cis theta or Euler's method. You can go in any one. So you have seen already r is here 1, that my magnitude is 1. That means these two same length. And if you see the arguments, what is their argument? The angle between these two is 60 degree. Difference between their this and this angle. So if this is this vector, this is, so this one is theta 1, this is, so difference between these two is already given by this, which is this angle, which is 60 degree. So these two are equal, this is 60 degree, so obviously these two will be 60, so obviously it is forming an equilateral triangle. Now if you come to this one, 6b, Z1, Z2 be the nth root of unity which subtend a right angle at the origin. Okay, so it's 2 nth root of unity subtend a right angle at the origin. They are writing their subtend. So we know this always, they always sit on a circle of unit radius centered at 0, 0. Okay, this angle is, they are asking you 90 degree. But provided that these two are not conjugative, they are not conjugative roots. They may be at a difference, there may be in between them other roots also. But the angle should be 90 degree. I know what is the angle of each one. It is 2 pi by n. You divide 2 pi by n, then you put all the points I have explained to you in that theory. So conjugative roots, there are difference of 2 pi n. So, but it is not conjugative, not sure. They may be, may not be. So the difference, that is, they are saying 90 degrees. So 90 degrees should be multiple of this one. Because if there are, so this plus this should give you 90. So this into 3, if there are 2, if there are 4, then this into 4 should be 90. We are getting it now, because the angle difference is 90. So suppose you found that each angle is 30 degrees. So it is possible, 3 into 30. If each angle is 25, then the angle difference cannot be 90. Because it will be always 25 distance, all this, one at 0, one will be 25, one will be 75, one will be this. So that difference between them will never be 90. Because it is not a proper multiple of 25. So suppose it is here, then it will be 2 pi by n. Suppose it is here, then it will be 2 into 2 pi by n. Suppose it is here, then it will be 3 into 3 pi by n. Suppose it is here, then it will be 4 into 3 pi by n, 2 pi by n. So it will be always a multiple of 2 pi by n. So something 2 pi by n into k, any multiple, that should give you pi by 2, 90 degree. So you know now 4k should be equal to n. That is your option D. So your n should be in the form of 4k. Now if you come to 7a, suppose this is omega. So I know omega is this one. Then the value of the determinant this. So if you have studied determinant, then it will be easy for you. Or you can put, let us, or you see here, 1 plus omega square is minus omega. So minus plus. This omega 4 you can write omega cube into omega. So it will give you omega only. Now those who have studied determinant, you can make this row 0, 1 plus omega square, 1 plus omega square. So in determinant we can apply this row transformation. So if you add all these 3, it is 3. If you add all these 3, it is 0, it is 0. Then we expand with using this. The beauty of this determinant is you can expand with any row, any column. So if you expand with 3, it is 3 into this minus this into omega 4. Again you can write omega. If you take omega, this is common, that is your option B. Now if you come to 7b, for all the complex numbers Z1, Z2 satisfied, what is this complex number? Z1 minus 0 equal to 12. That means it is a circle of taking 0, 0 as a center, radius is 12. What is this? This is also a circle with center at 3, 4, radius at 5. So if it is a 3, 4, so obviously this distance will be 5. So if you take a circle of radius 5, it will go through this point. Because this length is 12, so it will never cut this circle, it will be inside this circle. Okay. So you got this circle. So now they are asking the minimum distance between Z1 minus Z2. So this your Z1 can lie anywhere here, Z2 can lie anywhere on this circle. So what will be the shortest distance? Shortest distance will be always along the normals. So this is the shortest distance, it is along the normals. So this length 12 minus 5, that is the length 80. And what will be the largest distance? Suppose one point is here, one point is here. This will be the largest distance. Or this point is here, or now this will be the largest. One point Z1 is here and Z2 is here. So this will be the largest. 12 plus 5. 17 will be the largest. So the smallest is here 12. This is 12 minus 5. This length is 10. This is 5. So 10. 12 minus 2. And the largest will be 12. This is 12 plus 10, 22 will be the length. Now if you come to 7c, the complex number this, be a roots of the equation this, where PQ are the distinct prime. They are distinct prime number. They are prime number, but they are distinct. So that either this or this, but not together. It can have this, it can have this, but both cannot occur simultaneously. You see this one, you can easily factorize it. So either this or this, you already got this. Either this or this is qth root of 1, this is pth root of 1. So because alpha is the root of this one, so alpha to the power q is equal to 1. Again alpha is the root of this one, alpha to the power. So it is, if you add on plus all the roots, then it is always 0 we know. If you add all this, then it is always 0 we know. So that 0 we know, both these are 0, that is okay. These two are proved. But you have to also prove that they are not occurring together. Together means they both cannot be together 0. Okay. When they both together can be 0. So for that you need to check that there should not be any common term between these two. Because one alpha is this one alpha is this one. If this is happening for alpha, so this, if you want that this should not happen, so there should not be any common term between these. Because these alphas, you know, if one get common, then rest will be same, because that has nothing but alpha square, alpha cube, alpha 4. So rest will automatically come if you change n. So there should not be anything common. If you get one alpha common between these two, suppose divided, this is also 60, here also you are getting 60. So next will be always common, because it is alpha, alpha square. Because both these cannot occur simultaneously. So if this is happening, this should not happen. That means there should not be any common term between these two. You are getting it? So if there is one common, then the rest of things will get common. Once happen this, then that can also happen. But you don't want to both these to occur simultaneously. So to prevent it, there should not be any common term. If there is only no common term, then both the things cannot occur simultaneously. So if you see this one, so suppose let me see at some point these two are equal. So let me see whether we can prevent this one. If it is equal, then p by q is equal to m by n. But p, q are the prime numbers. And m and n, what is m? M is the number which is less than p, because m starts from 0, it goes up to p minus 1. N starts from 0, it goes up to q minus 1. So m and n are the number less than p and q. So because they are prime, because they are prime numbers, so if you, that cannot be equal to any number ratio of the any numbers which is less than that. Suppose if I say 3 by 5, it cannot be any numbers less than 3 is 2, any number less than 2 is 4. It cannot be equal, because they are prime. Only one common is only 1. So this cannot be equal. This can be equal to higher numbers 10 and 6, but smaller numbers it cannot be equal. You can see it now. It cannot be equal to any smaller number. If you divide it, suppose 1, and if you divide it 4, it is not possible. Okay, so this is not possible. So therefore these two cannot be possible. So there is no common element. Because there is no common element, so it should be either this or this. Both cannot occur simultaneously. Okay, now if you come to 8a, if z1, z2 are two complex numbers such that z1 lies between 1 and 1 lies, okay, z1 is less than 1, z2 is greater than 1, then prove that this. Now once you see this one, z1 bar, z2 bar, and all these z1 bar, z2 bars are there, your first temptation should be, let us go for this z1, z2 bar. All these things we need to take care of, these things, z1, z2 bar, how to deal with this. So for that, if you can see this is less than this, so this, if you take square of this one, then you can introduce, because mod z square is nothing but z into zy. So from that you can introduce that one, z bar or all this. And also both are positive, so you can multiply both sides by same numbers. That's why you are multiplying this side also this by number, this side also this by number. That's why you can able to square it, because this is positive mod it is. So it is nothing but this into conjugate of this one. What is conjugate of this one? 1 conjugate is 1, conjugate of this one is this, conjugate of this. Now if you take product, you will get all this stuff, z1 bar, z2 bar. Otherwise you cannot open this bar. This mod cannot be opened, this mod minus this mod. That you know. This can be separated real imaginary, but you cannot separate this mod. So for that I am taking that help root of mod, this formula z bar. Somewhere I can get all these bars together. So if you take product of this one, you will get something get cancelled out. Now what is left here? You can see z1 bar. So that's what we are looking at. You can write it mod z1 square, z2 bar mod z2 square, again mod z1 square mod z2 square. So of you all this, if you bring this is less than 0, then you can take common between this and this and this together. So you can take common these two. So ultimately you will get this plus minus. This plus you can divide because these are positive values. Inequalities we can divide by positive numbers, no issue. So you left with these two. So now you know you can either this is equal to 0 or this, either this is negative or this is positive. Then anything can happen. Satisfy this one. So this will be always negative because this is given to you. So it is less than 1. So this will be always negative, and this is greater than, that will be always positive. So obviously this is already given to you. That means this is true, means what I have started with, that is true. So I started with what to prove. From that I consider this is true, and let me check what are the statements I am getting. So that conditions they have given, that is the sufficient conditions, so that you can go back now. The similar way you come back, you can go back and show that okay, that's why it will be less than. So that is also another way to prove. You start from the ending, treat that it is true, and check whatever the condition that given, that is the only condition required to happen this one or not. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.